I need to stop hiding. Yes, I've been hiding. I've been hiding out for a while. Hi, I'm Jennifer. If you are new here and you have no idea what I'm talking about, welcome if you're new. My name's Jennifer, and I'm so happy you're here. And if you're returning, I'm so happy you're here. And yeah, I need to stop hiding. So if anyone has noticed, maybe I did do a couple reels, but other than that, I've been very quiet on my channel, and I need to stop hiding. So I've just been hiding out because I have been having a rough time. Again, this is not the first time. And all my ladies out there, if you're where I'm at in perimenopause, menopause, it seems like a roller coaster, because as soon as you start doing something and something's helping and something's working, then next thing you know, you're at that low point again. So I'm learning, and I think I can for sure say that this is part of this journey for us. And even when we're doing everything right and taking care of ourselves, and we can just still have a low point. It's part of it. It's part of it. And we have to accept it. Yeah, and know. So I've really been working on acceptance and just doing the best I can. But yeah, I've been hiding because I haven't wanted to film a video. This is kind of doable, but I haven't wanted to do any movement or exercise, video, because yeah, I feel awful. I feel like I'm gaining weight every day. I'm still doing all the same things right, but still feel like I'm gaining weight. I literally feel like someone took a straw and poked it into me and then blew into it. And if that could sum it up, that's it. So I just literally feel, and I'm so discouraged because, hey, I am doing everything right. I am so meticulous about the food I eat, and every bite that goes in my mouth, I'm eating completely clean, no processed foods. And I'm more on the vegetarian side, kind of teeter between vegetarian, vegan. I am still working out very heavy, and I've shared in the past that I am lifting heavier and heavier. So I know part of my weight gain is due to that. So I know that. I know muscle is supposedly heavier. It weighs more than fat, but I just don't feel like you can see any of the muscle on my body. And that sucks because, again, I'm working really hard and I have been for years, and it's like you just can't see the muscle. And we know that if you have that higher body fat percentage, then you have muscle, but you just can't see it. So that's been really discouraging. And I've just kind of been feeling funky, just kind of off. Again, I've been here before, ladies, and I don't want to do this video to discourage anyone, because I'm trying to be that person that's encouraging all of us and, rooting us on, and like, we've got this, and we do. But I keep learning more and more that it is so important for us to come together and to share and take this road hand in hand. I think that the worst thing can be is other women. Like, the worst enemy can be other women, like, in this journey, which is crazy if you think about it, because how are we going to be against each other? But we all as humans just judge, and we struggle to sometimes forget and try and put ourselves in that person's position. And you'll find it during menopause, perimenopause. There's so many women around you that are perfectly fine. They're not struggling at all. I believe that's not true. I believe most of us are going to have some symptoms. We may not connect them, or they may not be troublesome to where they're affecting our day-to-day quality of life. But I definitely think we all are going to have symptoms, and we're just going to be, affected by them more than others. And every woman is so different. She's not going to experience as many symptoms. They're not going to be as severe. I'm one of those that I have had all symptoms pretty much. But even me, I'm not, say hot flashes and night sweats, I've shared that I'm experiencing them, but they're not affecting my quality of life. They don't come up too often here and there. I do get really hot. I'm having more trouble regulating my temperature. Like I'll just be hot, really hot, and then extra cold. So I'm more experiencing that. But I know some women, it can be debilitating, like these hot flashes. So see, I'm not suffering as severe there, but then I'm pretty much suffering from all the other symptoms. So yes, so we have to really be considerate and try our hardest not to judge. And again, I also know that I may be coming from a position of like, okay, well, I'm not obese. I'm not severely overweight. And I know there's a lot of women out there that are way more overweight or struggling even more in that department. So we cannot judge. And just because you think the other person shouldn't be struggling or suffering, we have no right to tell that person or make that person feel that they are not suffering. Like your suffering is real to you. And that can be so damaging if we just make that other person feel like, well, and I do get that because like I said, I'm kind of teetering. I'm a little bit overweight and those charts say I'm overweight. Like if you look at the height and for your height and weight, that says I'm overweight. So yeah, me feeling overweight as well as the next person feeling overweight, even though maybe she's got more weight, you still feel the same feelings. So I want to just throw that out there because I have been experiencing that. Most of the time I'm, kind of just dismissed for how I feel. And I feel like we are still being so dismissed with menopause period and our symptoms and how we feel. I mean, this is real. We're not making this up. I mean, remember, we haven't come too far from when women would go through menopause, and if they were having a hard time, they put them in the psych ward. Hello? Oh my gosh, can you imagine? I mean, they just thought a woman was going crazy. Oh my gosh, how scary. So we've come quite a ways from that, but I still feel like we have a long ways to go. And I'm hoping you and I can change that. We can all change that together. So I just want to say that, but I wanted to come and do this video so I can share with you. So I want to not hide. This is what this channel is all about. So I'm going to share this all with you, tell you exactly what I'm doing, and we are going to take it from there. So, and hopefully I can encourage some women and you can come along with me, maybe get some ideas or motivation or from me and what I'm doing, what not doing. I'm also really paying attention to the research and the studies. I spend a lot of time doing that, ladies. So I really try and educate myself on, the newest and the latest and what we should or shouldn't be doing. So I'm applying that all to myself, and I want to share that with you guys. So I want to be as transparent as I can. I'm going to show you also a before video, and then I'm also going to show you now. I tried to put on somewhat of the same pants and I had a black top on. I don't have that top anymore in that picture. I don't think this is a perfect indication of a great before picture, but it kind of shows you when I kind of first was really starting to experience perimenopause symptoms, and I was about 40, probably 44, maybe 45, maybe 44, 45. So now I just turned 50. Yes, I know I had a 50th birthday, and that probably did not help with this whole deal. So I'm going to show you the before picture, and then I'm literally going to show you my body right now. I'm going to stand up, show you all the ways, and literally show you guys how I'm feeling and what just to show you, not to get sympathy or anything like that, just to share and just not hide. I think this is what we all should do. I hope I encourage a bunch of other women to do the same thing. And let's do it. Maybe I'll think of some other way we can do this where we can put our before and after pictures and we can go back and forth. Maybe we can do that on something in the future. I'd love to do that. also, I wanted to put out there that I'm also not someone that has ever, we have these women that we know that I'm not one of those women that like, oh, it came easy and I could eat whatever I wanted and, just, no, that has never been me. I have had to work really hard to maintain my weight, okay? From what I eat to my exercise, I mean, like, serious, okay? So I am not coming at you or, coming from a place where like, my body is naturally low body fat or, I just naturally have a lot of muscle. I do tend to have a little more maybe muscle than the next person, but yeah, body fat percentage is very difficult for me to get down. And that's what I'm trying to share is we're starting to struggle the more and more and more through the menopause. Now, supposedly I hear there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I hear that later, once our bodies adjust and we're postmenopausal, then I have heard that can be better as far as that department. A lot of departments, a lot of categories with our symptoms can get better is what I have been told and heard and read and researched that it does get better. So there is hope, ladies. I'm looking in my notes, you guys. I just want to make sure I really didn't forget any part that I really wanted to share and make sure. But let's also just recognize this is not just about menopause. This is about what we're faced with as women and the effed up perception that, that's out there with how you should look, and social media has made things so damn difficult for us, and this just total unrealistic idea of how we should look. So this doesn't help. I am one before menopause, perimenopause. I have always struggled with this. I've always been a little bit obsessive compulsive, probably borderline. I wouldn't say eating disorder. I don't want to like make that take away from people who are really suffering severely from an eating disorder. But I feel like I am borderline because I just obsess and my world just revolves around what I ate today or what I didn't eat today, or did I move or exercise enough? So it's definitely obsessive thoughts, and it controls everything. It controls so much of my life. So I am working on that, and I want to just put that out there also because we have this shame, that we have kind of, we've gained this shame just even from young girls, in this society. So we can't disregard that either. And then you start to deal with perimenopause, menopause, and it's like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, we're not looking like that anymore. You know what I mean? And just age alone. So that's just been so, yeah. This is what I mean, ladies. We've got to come together. We've got to come together. So, okay, so I got all that out. But yes, I am doing everything right. I'm still being very careful, blah, blah, blah. But, not, it's just not working the same. So I am going to do this with you guys, and we are going to figure this out on what we need to do, okay, and what we don't need to do. So at the present moment, I'm still, again, being careful. I'm following still the same diet. I eat mostly vegetarian, but I did start tracking my calories. So I'm using Fitness Pal. Everyone knows that. This video is not sponsored in any way. I'm using Fitness Pal to track. So I'm trying to figure out my maintenance calories, and then as well figure out, because that's important information. And that's really the hard part of how difficult it is to know if you're in a caloric deficit or not, because you kind of need to know that maintenance calories first, and then you figure out what you're going to take down, how much you're going to take down. And this is very technical for us. So I'm using the Fitness Pal. I'm tracking my calories. And then also I wanted to do, and again, same diet, just trying to get, and I've been also following Miss Stacy Sims. Okay, guys, I'm obsessed with her. I think she is right on what we need to do, what we don't need to do, how we need to train, how we need to eat. So much, so much. So I recommend her book. I'm actually starting her book. It's called Next Level, and that's for us, okay? Now, I know a lot of women are a little bit hesitant because they feel like it's more geared towards women athletes, which she is, and that's what she works with. But she really says, and I love when she says this, she says, if you exercise on purpose, you're an athlete. Love that. So yeah, don't let it, discourage you that it's not for you, because I do think that she talks a lot about menopause and what we need, regardless if you're training to that, that athlete level. So, she also is really big on the protein, and there's a lot of people in this space talking about, especially through perimenopause, and especially just as a woman and aging, we need way more protein. And they really are thinking 1 gram per pound of body weight. So, and you go by, there's kind of some misconception about if you should go by your goal weight of what you want to be or your weight at the present moment when you're trying to maybe lose weight. Or so that's the verdict is kind of, I think, still out. A few people say different things, but the fact that we need a lot more protein. So that's what I'm doing right now. I've been just trying to focus more on my protein, and then really just everything else follows. Now, it's a little difficult if you're not eating meat or eggs, because those have so much protein. If you're eating meat and eggs, you can I'm not going to say easily, but much easier you can meet your protein requirement each day if you are eating animal products. Now, I wasn't eating any animal products, and there's just no way. There's no way. I'm sorry. I could not get, I'm going to only speak for myself. There could be a way for someone else, but I could not get to, I should be eating maybe around 150 calories a day. My normal weight is usually around 157, 158, but I have gained weight, plus I know I've gained some muscle. Now, though, I was tipping the scales at the doctor's at 172. Okay, so now if I'm kind of 157, 158, then I might add a few pounds for muscle, 960s, 162, okay, maybe 162, 163. That's all I think I should add for muscle, but okay. And then 4, 5, 6. So I'm literally close to, I feel like, at least 10, 13 pounds overweight, okay, over my weight. And that is true. Even on the charts, it doesn't say I should weigh that much, okay? So I'm really trying to focus on the protein, and then as well, but keep myself in a caloric deficit, okay? That means you are eating less than you are burning, okay? So, or a caloric surplus is if you're eating extra, more than your maintenance calories, what you're naturally using. Okay, so, and then this all gets so complicated, because then if you add in exercise and, okay, but we're going to figure this out, you guys. So then also I wanted to say, so that's what I'm kind of doing now, tracking with FitnessPal. I invite you to use a tracker, because sometimes I'll do this every year, because sometimes you don't realize over a year's time of how it's gotten out of control, and you don't realize what so many of maybe different little habits that you've picked up that you didn't even realize was making a dent in, say, how many calories you were eating per day. This is what happened. This happened to me. So even though I'm thinking I'm eating all these high superfoods, really clean diet, no processed foods, I still actually was coming in when I tracked, just to see where I was at when I first did it. I just started, guys, so I'm doing this with you. I just started this last week. I literally was probably right at the caloric, me at a deficit. But that means that if I was eating anything extra, I was in a surplus. So see, who knew? So I recommend tracking every, maybe, once a year, twice a year if you are struggling, because you will find some things that will surprise you. You'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that was this much, and I was eating way more than I thought. So, or you'll find you were eating way less than you thought. So good thing to know. I'm also tracking my cycle. And I think this is also something Stacy Sims talks about. A lot of people in the space talk about this, that we need to be tracking our cycle as well as we can. Now, this gets really technical with menopause, and I'm frustrated and trying to figure this out and learn, but it's really hard to track our cycles because they're so irregular, or maybe we're postmenopausal, we're not even cycling anymore. So there's all these different ways, and it's like, okay, and I have an IUD, so how do you track your cycle? Because my cycle is wonky. Sometimes I'm having a period. Yes, I'm having a period. You're not supposed to have a period on an IUD. I'm still having a period. Now, remember, I put the IUD in because of severe, heavy bleeding, and that's why I had to get the IUD in. I had to do something. So I want to say I'm very, you guys know how I feel about the IUD. The IUD did that. But it's been almost 2 years. My doctor told me my period would go away for most women, but I'm always not most women. So yes, my period did not completely go away. So I've been somewhat doing the best I can. It seems like it comes every other month, like I'll have a little cycle, but I have been using an app. It's called Stardust. Is that what it is? Okay, guys, I really like this because it allows you to track the cycle. Stardust, okay? You can just find it. Go put Stardust. If you go to the App Store, again, this video is not sponsored or I'm not affiliated with Stardust at all, but it's really cool, you guys. I really like it. It gives you your cycle. It tracks you with the moon. So it's a moon cycler. And hello, they used to thousands of years ago, that's how they track their cycles, is the moon. We are synced with the moon, okay? It's really interesting. I really have been enjoying doing that. I suggest that Stardust. There's a couple other ones out there, but I found this one really cool. It gives you like little things on, basically our cycle follows the moon phases, and it's fascinating. I really think it's awesome, and it's a good way for you just to, cycle with the moon, and it gives you a lot of information, and then it gives you little tidbits about where's the moon's phase or what's happening as far as your hormones, what's spiking, what's low, either progesterone, estrogen. And then you have a whole symptom tracker, and you can literally track how you're feeling from, food cravings to how you feel, mood, libido. So yes, I definitely recommend that. So I'm going to be using that. And I'd love it if you'd use it too. It's great. Okay. And if you can, or if you're having a normal cycle, then this is great, okay? And even if you're postmenopausal, you can still track because, you have the sex hormone and testosterone, so you are somewhat still going through a cycle, supposedly. I'm still learning, guys. But yes, it's something to do because Ms. Stacy Sins really believes that we should be training and eating like looking at our cycle. So this is fascinating. So also with training, we shouldn't be going heavy, say that week before our period. And I'm not going to get into it here, but yes, I'm going to be telling you more because I'm reading her book. I hope you'll read her book too, but I'll be discussing that more. So we're going to just, in my Fitness Pal, I'm just going to start me out as that I'm at like 168, say. I don't want to lose a bunch of weight. I just would like to lose body fat. Okay, so you can maybe see the muscles that I've been working so hard to get. This is where I'm at, guys. Okay, so I'm not asking for a darn miracle. That's where I'm at. So I'm going to keep you posted. I'm going to show you my before and after picture. Okay, so I'm going to try, this is new for me, guys. This is a new thing I've done. So I'm going to show you the before picture, and then I'm going to actually show you on the camera right now. So then you can kind of get an idea of where I'm starting. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, hi guys. All right, I'm trying to show you. I had these pants on in the before picture. So I'm trying to kind of show you how I was standing and just to get an idea about how my body is changing or has been changing, but just to give you an idea, like I said, I still have these pants on, but I just feel like I have this extra layer on everywhere. And like I said, as much as I'm working out, I feel like you should be able to see the muscle more, but you don't. Yeah. I don't know, guys. So I just really wanted to be so transparent with you guys and really just show you where I'm at, because I feel like even if it's one person, one other woman that, gets something from this and it resonates with them, that's what this is all about, you guys. So I'm going to shut it down here. I don't want this video to be too crazy long, but I will be checking in, and I'm going to try and update you guys maybe every week or every 2 weeks and just keep you posted. So if you have any questions, or if you want to leave in the comment section below, like what you're doing, where you're struggling with weight gain, or if you aren't noticing that, or where you are and what you're doing, and inquiring minds would love to know. So let us know. It really helps too for yourself to put that comment out. You don't think so, it's just a comment in the comment section in YouTube, but it really helps because you literally give voice, give sound to your feelings, and you put it out there. So it's so helpful for us, and that's why I know it's kind of selfish. I mean, this channel and you guys, I mean, doing this is helping me so much. So I thank you always from the bottom of my heart. So I'll be with you soon. I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are, or evening or night, and I will see you soon. Stay up, stay strong, and remember, we are going to get through this together.